Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Wall Street Bull. I hope you're all well. It is Monday, the 13th of July, and it is 9:08 a.m. So it is early morning, and I've got my morning coffee. We made some purchases on Friday last week. So let's get into it, guys. Good morning, guys. So welcome back to the Wall Street Bull. My name is Anthony. I am a dividend investor, and I am going to show you my portfolio as I am continuing to invest in the US stock market and build my portfolio so that I can potentially live off my dividends one day, or enough to supplement my additional jobs and businesses, so it would help throughout the rest of my life, as long as it possibly can. All right, guys, so stick around. So the first one that was purchased on Friday evening, and now after breaking up my initial investment of 300 Australian dollars, I got in 200 US dollars and 31 cents, and that allowed me to break up that amount of money and invest into my favorite companies. So the first one I invested into was PSEC. PSEC is the ticker symbol. This stock is a risky stock, but it pays an awesome dividend yield. It's very high. It's currently sitting at 15% at the moment, and I love this stock because it does pay a monthly dividend. Now, obviously, it helps with that monthly reinvesting into my portfolio, which again grows the portfolio. I'm currently getting around $5 to $6, but I'll check that in my dividend tracker every month. Now, as you know, like, I love reinvesting those monthly dividends into each one of these companies because it really helps grow up pretty quick. But again, it is very risky, so be careful if you do invest it, as you never know what's going to happen. They may or may not cut their dividend. I'm not sure. So I'm currently sitting at 89.04 shares of PSEC. Now, as mentioned on Friday evening, I invested now $25 into PSEC. That got me 5.33 shares of PSEC, which is pretty good. It's a pretty cheap buy. And again, you're getting that high dividend yield. So I'm probably going to max it out at around 100 shares of PSEC, or probably more. I'm not sure. We'll see how we go. But at the moment, I've got 89 shares of PSEC. So I think that's pretty good at the moment. All right, guys. So let's move on to the next one. Realty, ticker symbol O. This is everyone's favorite monthly dividend paying stock. Sorry, guys, I'm just having my coffee. So yeah, I think Realty, as mentioned, it's a monthly dividend payer. That's great because it really helps with reinvesting your dividends into your portfolio, and it can really help expedite and make things go quicker to grow. So I think those monthly payers are really helping at the moment. So last week on Friday, I invested $17.03. That in turn got me 0.29 fractions of a share of Realty, which is really good. Now, my current holding in Realty is sitting at 13.03 shares. That's 13.03 shares of Realty. These guys have a dividend yield of around 4+% at the moment. That's a great monthly dividend coming in every single month. So if you guys want that monthly dividend, Realty, I mean, they do have a lot of residential, tendencies at the moment. And I'm not sure what's happening, again, as I mentioned in the last video, with all this stuff going around in the world at the moment. But they do have some strong commercial tendencies, and I think they'll be okay considering they're a REIT, which is a real estate investment trust. I think they're okay for the moment. Let's see how it goes the next couple of months. We never know, but I'll keep reinvesting, maybe $10 to $20 into Realty as we go. All right, guys, to the next one. All right, guys, so the next one is a new one in my portfolio. It is a new financial sector investment, which is BAC, ticker symbol BAC. This is Bank of America. You can't really go wrong with banks. I know they're struggling at the moment with what's going on, but this company, being Bank of America, it's an institution. Now, they have a great dividend yield of 3% at the moment, I think off the top of my head. Now, I invested last week $22.64. That's $22.64. That got me 0.996 fractions of a share of Bank of America. I'd like to keep reinvesting into this company. They pay a really good dividend yield every quarter, of 3% at the moment, and I think it's going to be pretty stable. But I'd liked the price point. It's sitting at $24.02 at the moment. I think that's a good buy. Whereas a couple of years ago, it's been sitting around that $30 plus mark. And even in last year, before this crisis hit, it was sitting at around $35. So I think Bank of America, ticker symbol BAC, is going to be a good buy. So I wanted to add something into my portfolio a little bit different. So I've got a couple of stocks that actually I've added into. So this is one of them. So Bank of America, guys, this is my new purchase this week. So stick around for the next one. Ticker symbol XOM. This is Exxon Mobil. Guys, this is a great dividend payer every quarter. They pay a lot of money in dividends at the moment, which is fantastic. I'm getting, between, $3 to $4, and I'll double check that in my Div Tracker next. So I have been investing heavily into Exxon Mobil. I currently hold 7.04 shares of Exxon Mobil. So last week I purchased $25 of Exxon Mobil. That got me 0.60 fractions of a share in Exxon Mobil. And look, again, who knows what's going to happen with fossil fuels in the next couple of 10 to 20 years. I don't know. But I'll keep investing in Exxon Mobil because they pay an awesome dividend. And this is a dividend channel, so I want to get those and reinvest it and build my portfolio so I can get that income for as long as possible and reinvest that so I can grow the portfolio. So guys, Exxon Mobil, ticker symbol XOM, I think is a great company to get those dividends in. All right, guys. So a new one again in my portfolio, which I did some research on, and this one is China Mobile Limited. This is ticker symbol CHL. These guys are a telecommunications company. They're huge throughout China. They're actually one of the biggest companies in China. Now, obviously, the release of 5G, there's a lot going on over there and around the world with this 5G at the moment. And these guys obviously are the biggest, and they pay a really good dividend yield at the moment of 5.6%. That was as at last week on Friday. Great company, and they pay a good dividend yield. So I'm going to be reinvesting into telecommunications a lot more because I think, the way the world is at the moment, I think a lot of people are going to be using their devices, which they already do. And a lot of people are going to be relying on this, 5G and all this new technology. So I think it's a great to have something, in your portfolio that has something to do with telecommunications and, all this internet and so forth. So I think it's a really good position at the moment. So last week I purchased $25 of CHL, sorry. So I purchased $25. That got me 0.70 fractions of a share into China Mobile. So I'll keep reinvesting in this company. I'll probably take up a couple more shares in this and see how we go with it. But that dividend yield is fantastic at 5%. You can't go wrong with that. And being a telecommunications company, really the only thing that they've got to do is supply that service to their customers, in China and around the world. And, the Chinese market is huge. So I think it's real positive, and I think it's a great holding to put in your portfolio. So that's one in mind. All right, guys, so the next one. So the next one I've had in my portfolio since the start, which is Dominion Energy. This is ticker symbol D. Now, energy sector, I think, is also an essential service. I mean, everyone needs energy these days. So Dominion Resources Incorporated, is a great stock to hold. They have a dividend yield of about 5% at the moment. That is a really good dividend yield. And, I've want to start investing in energy companies a lot more. So last week on Friday, I invested $17.04 into Dominion Energy. That got me 0.23 fractions of a share of Dominion Energy, and with that dividend yield of 5%, I think it's going to be a good investment. And also, the great Warren Buffett took up a huge position in Dominion Energy last week. I'm not sure exactly how much he took up, but let's have a look. Warren Buffett, Dominion Energy. I believe that there you go. He purchased $10 billion worth of Dominion Energy. He did a deal worth $10 billion, which is huge. I mean, so I foresee that, he's onto something with this, investing in Dominion Energy. So who knows? I've got a position in that company, and, I'll probably end up investing more into Dominion Energy as well, amongst the rest of my portfolio as well. So ticker symbol D. good energy company if you guys want to invest in that. So the next one. So the next one in my portfolio and I love is AT&T, ticker symbol T. Now, obviously telecommunications, there's a lot of the world at the moment is relying on telecommunications and can't really go wrong with AT&T. Their dividend yield is currently sitting at 6.9%, which is great for that quarterly dividend income. Now, I invested last week on Friday night, $25 into AT&T, and that got me 0.847 fractions of a share, so almost a full share of AT&T. So my current holdings in AT&T are sitting at 2.11 shares, and I'll keep reinvesting in AT&T. I think it's a great dividend. A great dividend payer at 6.9%. You can't really go wrong with that. So ticker symbol T, good position to hold in your portfolio for telecommunications. They're a great and safe dividend stock. So I'll keep reinvesting in T. So stick around for the next one. All right, guys. So the next second last one that I purchased on Friday last week is SPHD. This is an ETF. This is follows the S&P 500, which is the top 500 companies in the US stock market. So if you invest in these guys, your funds are going to be spread out across the top 500 companies in the US, which is amazing. And again, these guys are a monthly dividend paying stock. So the more you invest, the more you're going to get out of it every single month. And this is a pretty decent position in my portfolio. I'm currently sitting at 11.7 shares of SPHD. Now, last week I purchased $25, which again added to that holding. So I purchased on Friday 0.78 fractions of a share. Then that obviously added on to my holding, which is 11.74 shares of SPHD. So again, I think it's great to spread out and diversify your portfolio amongst heaps of companies. And SPHD is a great one because it pays monthly. So if you guys are interested in that, that's the Invesco SPHD S&P 500 ETF. All right, guys. So the last one coming up now. So I think this one's going to be a good one. But ticker symbol space SPCE. Now I know this is not a dividend paying stock, but I bought this as an IPO at like $9 back. It was early last year, or whenever I started out. This came out, and I just jumped on the bandwagon and got some shares into space SPCE. This is the Virgin Galactic travel company there for outer space travel. I love the idea. I think it's awesome. I think, human beings, if we don't have to go to NASA, we can just get on one of these flights, in the near future and go into space. That'd be unreal. I'd love to do it. So my current holding is at 14.31 shares of Virgin Galactic. This last week jumped up to $19 last week, which is unreal. It was sitting at $16, then on the 9th of July, it jumped up to $18, and it's been going up ever since. I really think this is going to go huge. Once they get successful with their testing flights and they actually send people up there other than pilots, I think it's going to blow up. This thing's going to be, up there with Tesla at the moment. And I think everyone should jump on this whilst they still can, because eventually when that testing happens and they successfully, land with people going to space, it's going to be huge because, it's going to be changing the world, the way people travel. I know this current situation at the moment, it's difficult, but I think it's a really awesome idea. And I love the fact that, people can eventually go to space and travel there for a couple of hours and hang out up there. I think that's unreal to change the world. So SPCE, I think, is going to be a good one to hold, and it's at a good price at the moment, and it's only going up like it has done with myself. So hopefully it keeps going up. So I currently hold 14.3 shares of Virgin Galactic. Guys, get on board. All right, so I'm going to put up my dividend tracker now and some screenshots of my portfolio. So I'll put up my div tracker so you can see how much my dividends have increased over since last week on Friday. Stick around. All right, guys, welcome back to my div tracker, my dividend tracker. It's currently sitting at $290.42. It has grown $11 since investing in those companies last week. And you can see here that my top dividend payers are PSEC sitting at $64 a year, Realty at $36 a year, XOM Mobil $24 a year, SPHD at $21 a year, AGNC at $18 a year, Main Street Capital, EBA at $12, Stag at $12, Philip Morris $11, and so on and so on. Now, the payments that are coming through this week are going to be VTR, Stag, PBA, WPC, O Realty, Main Street Capital, ERF, CSCO, and PSEC, my favorite, at $5.34 coming in. So this is a great app, guys. You can keep track of all your companies here and your holdings, and I also love the logos, which really helps. Now, the monthly income this month, I'm supposed to receive and have received $21.84 in dividends. August confirmed dividends is $5.84. This is a great app to keep track of everything coming in. So great, guys. $290.42. That is 400 Australian dollars at the moment. That is great dividend income when I started out with as little as 80 cents coming in. Fantastic. All right, guys. So make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be putting up more content as I keep growing this portfolio. It really helps as well. All right, guys. So make sure you stay safe and thank you very much. Thanks. Bye.